Hey guys, this is our RSA project. We're gonna talk about the second and the third decade of the 30 Years' War, so from 1629 to 1648. The 30 Years' War was between Protestantism and Catholicism, where the Protestants were predominantly in Northern Europe and the Catholics were mainly in Southern Europe. So there was this conflict between Northern and Southern Europe. Countries that took part in the war were France, Sweden, Spain, Denmark, and Germany, where Denmark and Spain were fighting for the Holy Roman Empire, and France and Sweden fought together against the Holy Roman Empire. Germany was divided into states, so some Protestant states fought against the Holy Roman Empire, the rest fought for the Holy Roman Empire. Gustavus Adolphus is a very important character in this war. He was the badass Lutheran commander of Sweden. He had an army of 140,000, but could only get 13,000 to land in Peenemünde when he faced the German Catholic League. This battle was called the Battle of Breitenfeld and was the first major win for the Protestants in the 30 Years' War. Even though he only had 13,000 men, Gustavus Adolphus was able to dominate with the credit to his use of mobile artillery, which results to him being called the father of modern warfare. The Catholic League and the Imperial Army besieged Gustavus Adolphus in 1631. This siege is called the Sack of Magdeburg and is considered the worst massacre of the 30 Years' War. It is basically the destruction of the German Protestant city of Magdeburg, where 3/4 of the city's population, which is about 20,000 people, get slaughtered. Magdeburg is so hurt that it couldn't recover well until in the 18th century. The German Protestant states of Saxony and Brandenburg helped Gustavus get out of the situation. Saxony and Brandenburg are very good friends of the commander Gustavus, and often offer him both security and fighting hands for the Swedish side. Purposes of entering of Gustavus Adolphus in the war, Gustavus was able to gain protection from the northern states in Germany, which were Protestant, so they fought for the Protestant side in this war. Generally, he made his kingdom way more powerful and secure, and that way he threatened Spain a lot, so Spain was getting scared and weaker. Gustavus continues his journey in this with the Battle of Lutzen in Saxony, Germany. So this battle was one of the most important battles of the 30 Years' War. Losses were very heavy on both sides, but battle was overall a Protestant victory. So in this chaos, the one of the most important leaders of the Protestant side, Gustavus Adolphus, is killed. So the Protestants lose one of their most important leaders. In 1639, the Dutch Atlantic Fleet attacked Spain under the command of Admiral Antidote Quendo. So in this Dutch versus Spain conflict, in 1621, Spain attacks Denmark. There's this breaking of the 20 years of truce. The Dutch did a pretty good job then, but the Spanish army was getting smaller and smaller because of that. So then the France versus Spain conflict, the Spanish army was positioned 25 miles away from Paris. Even though both countries are Catholic, France had decided to help Sweden, which are Protestant, only for political reasons. So war bursted between the two in 1635, and the outcome of that grudge was peace on both sides, though. So everything's okay. This grudge, though, resulted in Netherlands being in a bad situation. So then there's the situation in Spain. After those two wars in total, Spain's economy is getting very problematic, resulting rise of taxes. So there was no unity, and riots and revolts were a very big problem everywhere in Spain. There's this last chance of Spain, though, which was the Battle of Rocroi against France in 1643, but Spain lost again because of the French spears and spear throwing. So at the end of the war, the outcome was the Peace of Westphalia. Every country signed a peace treaty. Sweden got huge in territory and very rich in as a country. making of new German ports boosted seriously Sweden's economy. France also got some clout and gained territory and money. Denmark was divided into states and regions. So was Germany. There, the emperor lost a lot of his power, and every state there had a ruler of his own. So they had more power than the emperor himself. So the overall outcomes of the war: Netherlands and Switzerland want independence. General outcome of the war is the French victory, debatably. So France won. The France won. The borders of Europe were redrawn. Freedom of religion began to seep more into society. Calvinism is accepted everywhere, so there is freedom of private worship. Religion is overtaken by politics in the European diplomacy, and the 30 Years' War was a climactic end of an era, being the last religious war in Europe.